Hola, everyone. I know by now you have received probably a lot of emails from info, and you received one from me this week about in-house testing. And I know a lot of times we may not look at those emails, especially ones from info sometimes. But I want to take just a few moments to explain this option that we have with Pitt County Schools that will be in the very near future, within probably next week or so, that could probably help out a lot of our students and staff. So a lot of information has gone out about in-house testing that Pitt County Schools has partnered with. So I want to take a few moments to kind of explain that. We will also have an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you may have in our staff meeting this upcoming Wednesday. But I figured this was a great opportunity to do it in a video format so that sometimes in emails, we look at those and then say we're going to come back to those. But this is really an awesome opportunity that I want to make sure that everybody's aware of, and you can hear it in a different format so you can be thinking about it if you're interested in it. So North Carolina Schools, it's not just Pitt County Schools, but North Carolina Schools has partnered with Mako Medical to provide in-house testing for our staff and students. So both stakeholders will have the opportunity to participate in this. If you noticed this past week, I sent out an email to the staff talking about it. I also did an all-call to our families. Really excited about what this can bring for us and kind of help us get back to some things that we've been doing before. So why is North Carolina Schools partnering with Mako Medical laboratories to provide this option? Well, the first thing is that we understand how important it is for our students to be in the school setting, and we understand how important it is for our teachers to be in school and to help with our students. And a lot of times with the testing that we have been doing up till now, it takes some time. It takes time from the students to leave our school and go get tested and get results back and get those back to us. Same thing with teachers. By the time all of that happens, we send a student home or we send a teacher home. By the time they go and get tested and come back, a bare minimum of 1.5 to 2 days have been missed from school at the very bare minimum. And unfortunately, a lot of our families are not very quick to get back to or get to testing site in order to get their child here. So the reason North Carolina Schools has partnered with Mako Medical is to really cut down on the number of days missed due to minor illnesses. The common cold, the sniffles, and the allergies and stuff like that, that none of us are medical doctors in the school building, that we didn't want to say, oh, this is COVID or not COVID. We've had to go send for testing. So we want to be able to limit those just minor illnesses, the minor cough, the minor cold, the sinus, and then all those good things, cut down on the number of days missed due to those things. So this in-house testing will allow us to do that. We also know that right now that our healthcare workers and testing sites are overrun with a lot of individuals coming in to test, especially after the holidays. So by doing this in-house, we could really help those testing sites, drug stores, pharmacies, all those good places, cut down on the amount of people that they're seeing to come test to. And also we would be able to identify and identify COVID a whole lot quicker and reduce that spread, which would help our community, help our state, help our nation get back to some normalcy sooner than later. Testing is something that would allow us to identify a problem and stop it and isolate it before it got to be a big problem where it started spreading to other people. So those are just 3 real quick benefits of why we're doing this, why North Carolina Schools has decided to partner with Mako Medical. Like I said, it's not just Pitt County Schools, it's all the schools across the state that had the option to opt in and do this. We're really trying to get as many families to take part in this as possible because, like I said, these 3 things right here are big enough reasons, if nothing but the last one is a big enough reason why this is a good opportunity for everyone. So what does the process involve? So like I said, this is available for students and staff of Pitt County Schools. One thing that I do want to make sure is clear to everybody, if you have kids in other schools in Pitt County, this is open to them as well. All right, so think about this in the lens of This is an option for you. This is an option for your child if they go to another school in Pitt County, or your students that are sitting in your classrooms every day. It's available for anybody that is tied to Pitt County schools. Unfortunately, your spouses and stuff like that, if they're not tied to Pitt County schools, it's not with them just yet. Hopefully, maybe one day it would be. But before testing can ever take place, staff and students must register online. So there was a link that was shared out. So this is the email that I am referencing that I sent on January the 6th. There is a link in here that you would click on to sign up for. So when you clicked on it, it would take you to this color website and it would ask you a few questions. Very simple questions. You would have to go through those questions in order to be registered. This is the first and foremost that you have to do in order for this process to get started. So go back and find that email. If you need the link to register yourself, that's fine. Now, the link that I shared with y'all in this email is just for Pactola staff members. So every school has a link for the staff members at that school and the link for students at that school. This link that I've shared with you right here is just for Pactola staff members, okay? So if you are interested in having your child at another school take part in this, say you have a child that goes to DH Conley and you would like for your child to participate in this, all you have to do is reach out to me. I can shoot you the link of that school's students, the link that is tied to the students of that school, and you may register your child for the in-house testing as well. Okay. Once again, just make sure you know that the link that I sent out in our email is for staff. The link that I sent out to our families is for our students. Every school has a staff link and every school has a student link. Just make sure you know which one that you're signing up for, okay? So the first thing that you have to do is to register, okay? Make sure that you go ahead and if you're interested, that you register now. You don't have to wait until you have symptoms. In fact, we're encouraging everybody that if this is something that you are interested in, to go ahead and do it now before you ever have symptoms. Okay, it's 100% voluntary. This is not something that we're making you do. This is just saying, hey, if you're interested and you would like to take part in this, go ahead and do it now. Okay. After you do the registration, it's a couple of questions, handful of questions, and then you'll get an email at the end saying that you were successful. And after that, you're done. That's the only thing that you have to do. So once again, you're doing all that stuff before you have symptoms. Okay, that's what we want our families to do too. We want our families to sign up for it if they're interested before they have symptoms. Okay, so what happens if you come to school one day and you say, Matkins, I started getting a headache and my nose is running. You know, I'm not sure what I need to do. Previously, I would have told you, you got to go home, you got to go get tested. You would have been out for 2 days. Minimum of 2 days. Okay. What we will have the option to do within the near future, within a week or so, that if you have registered and you come to school, or say one of your students come to school and they have symptoms and they've registered, what we are able to do is we are able to actually bring them up to the front office and we will be able to actually swab the individual just like they would do with a testing site. We have 2 different tests that we'll have, the normal PCR test, which is the one that is usually gets shipped off to a lab to look at. And then we will also have the option for the rapid test. The rapid test, I'm sure, is the one that most people will be interested in the most. Not that the swabbing is any different, but most people are going to want to be interested in the rapid test because that's the one that's going to be able to come back quicker. With the PCR test, we're going to have a lockbox outside our school. The lab has to come and pick it up. We have to let them know to come pick it up. You know, there's a little bit of a lag time there. But since North Carolina schools, the toolbox, the toolkit has allowed North Carolina schools to accept rapid test, I'm sure that's going to be one that most people are going to be interested in the most. Right now, we just have the normal PCR test. But we are hoping to get the rapid test, which will allow us to start testing as soon as possible. So once an individual starts to show symptoms, we will bring them up here. we've been swabbed, we've been trained, don't worry. The Q-tip is only about, the swab is only about that long. So it's not those long ones that are going to stick up and tickle your brain. But we would do that. We would put it in the agent that we have, and then in about 15 minutes, we'll be able to tell you if you are positive or not. And then we can say, hey, listen, you're positive, you need to go home. You got your 5 days that you need to do. Or we can say, you know what, this is just a common cough, common cold. You're good. If you want to go home, you can go home if you're feeling sick. But as far as COVID standards, you're here, you're good, you're fine. See how that is a major win for individuals that are interested in it. It's a major win because sick days are not having to be taken for staff members, and students are able to stay here. So the benefits, of course, the biggest one there is the shortened time missed from work for staff members and school for students. We know that school is important for our students, and missing a lot of days is not a good thing. Right now, like I said, testing sites are overwhelmed at this point, have been pushing people away. I know when I tell people to go get tested, they always ask me where and when. Right now, the testing sites, just due to the holidays, are just overwhelmed, and just they're literally pushing people away. And to go to a drugstore somewhere like that, you're going to have to wait a day or so to get it. And all of this will help reduce the amount of stress that you have. Okay. So the biggest takeaway from this is that if you are interested, you need to go ahead and register now. All right. The link I have sent out, if you need it again, please let me know and I can send it to you. If you need the link for your child's school in another school in Pitt County, let me know and I can get that too. Do not wait until the day that you come in and you feel sick to try to register or register your kid. Okay. Go ahead and take care of those things now so that you are ready in the event. I'm gonna try to take some questions at the staff meeting. I'm not an expert on this, but I'll try to take as many questions as possible. So if you have any, write those down and be ready to discuss. Thank you.